Aloha and welcome to the Cafe Gallery right here at Gallery Cabaret. Hi! It's so awesome to be here. It's always like I come back home every time I come back here. It makes me so happy. I'm going to try to keep things relatively well, I have something about Valentine's Day, but I think I'm not going to read it unless people really want me to. I was going to read something on request from my sidekick, Bob Raskow here. He actually had said, I really like this, you should read it. So, this is a poem that I wrote about recent troubles that I've gone through. And so I thought in the background, I would have music from Cousin Bones playing music in the background. This is a poem called Hollow for So Long Already. After dealing with the needle too many years, I was told I could do good, give back to the people if they just used another needle to take more out of me. So, trying to be the good Samaritan for once, I offered myself to them 4 times, but they were never satisfied with my identification. You know, I'm doing something for you, and you're the ones giving me hell? I'm used to the needle by now. I've avoided all the track marks on my arm. I shoved a needle into my arm once, saw my vein move out of the way. Moved the needle, watched the vein move again. Since that felt so good, I switched to the other arm. And they keep talking about the highs, but all I feel right now are the lows. As I sit here, time number 5, trying to do the right thing, waiting for them to hollow me out. Haven't I been hollow for long enough already? Time to stare at all the technicians wearing white jackets, rubber gloves, plastic face masks, saying that's for hygienics. Anything for them to avoid coming in contact with anything to do with me. What the hell am I doing? Saying I'm giving back to the people. They say altruism is good, but they pay you money to take what's inside of you. So without a job for 6 years, I'm tired of living on the dole. So let them suck up my insides just so I can afford to get drunk again. I know a man with no job who used to donate whole white blood cells, but then he found out that he could be paid for his pain, so he decided he'd donate blood because, you see, this man's got to survive any way he can. I love playing these waiting games because here I am at visit number 5, reading their paperwork, verifying that I don't have age, that I've never lived in the Netherlands. Well, that's where I'm from, but I can't afford a visit. I mean, if I don't even have enough money to stay drunk enough while I'm here, if I'm giving up my insides to drink, do you think I can fly to Amsterdam for over 6 months to stay stoned? So, thanks for checking. But no, I've had no blood transfusions that I'm aware of. I wasn't born anywhere in Africa. And although there's no test for Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, as far as I know, I have no fatal brain disease. My brain may already be diseased, but I'm afraid it's not fatal. So while waiting here, someone asked for my 2-month-old Wall Street Journal that someone gave me. I said sure, because newspapers may be dying in the 21st century. But sometimes holding those pages, getting that ink on your fingers, can really be addictive. So here in hour number 3, I'm waiting. The news on TV says the tax forms of a presidential candidate say they made millions last year. I hear this as I sit in hour number 3, waiting for them to take my insides so that I can have money to drink. So finally, on the 5th visit, after waiting for 3 hours, they call me, paint ultraviolet ink on my fingernail, so I don't donate somewhere else today. Then they check my vitals, take my blood, ask me about my travel past, ask about my military history, ask me what drugs I take, then send me to an RN. Where after driving over for 5 visits, after waiting for over 3 hours, they explained to me that they are taking from people to help a certain kind of sickness. By looking at my medications, they see I already have that certain level of sickness. So, even though I've offered myself to them, after I've tried for too long, they say they don't want me. All I can think is, lovely. At least I didn't miss work for this. I can't help myself. And apparently, no one else can help me either. Now, I'll just have to figure out who will help me with my next drink. Thanks. Thank you. That was a long, but thank you, Cousin Bugs, for letting me. That was from his first CD recording of that song at the Plasma Clinic, which he has much cooler pieces since then, but I wasn't able to get that, so I'm like, I'm just going to take your intro riff from that and play that over and over again. So I want to thank you very much, and because I never see my man, and he said he wished he had, I had my copy of Chaos Theory. Well, that would have been cool, although it was just read a little while ago. I'm hoping maybe I can call him once or twice. Give it up for my wonderful, lovely, charming, sexy sidekick. Give it up for Bob Rashkow. Yeah! Woo!
Oh, okay. Thanks for the sexy, Janet.
You were the sexy man. Woo!
All men are sexy.
Woo!
Yeah,
Wow.
Where's my answer?
that's true.
Oh, Jesus. That's what's wrong.
This is called The Opportunity of a Lifetime. I read this way back when David Rubin was hosting. When so much fresher in my young days I was, someone shook my hand and I felt a buzz. The opportunity of a lifetime. Sounded great on paper, looked beautiful, loomed big. Wasn't it all ready to play that first gig? The opportunity of a lifetime. Became a student, BS to a BA. Possibility came to call one unexpected bright day. My opportunity of a lifetime? Sounds wonderful, I said. I'll see what I can do. I was kidding myself again. Off on bright wings it flew, this opportunity of a lifetime. I was approaching my 40s, earning my meager keep, when suddenly through my window a homing pigeon peeped. The opportunity of a lifetime. This time for sure, I said. I can, I should, I must. Alas, I hadn't quite gotten there. The damn thing bit the dust. An opportunity of a lifetime. Life's gotten pretty strange now. So much I've left behind. The fun never stops coming. I continue trying to find the opportunity of a lifetime.
Woo! Yay! Yay! David Rubin.
This is called Robin Sage. Who is Robin Sage? I visited his page and found some white hat hacker made him up. The North Carolina pines, just west of enemy lines, presumably the home of this sick pup. But Robin's concept stuck. It literally almost fucked a staff sergeant caught up in the game. He sued the county cops in 7 years, won tops, and was promised clear March close in Robin's name. Thanks. Brian O'Hearn and the Model Citizens coming this Monday to Gallery Cabaret. Be there or be square. If you're lucky, the wonderful sounds of Carol Kagi will accompany them.
Oh, your house?
Yeah, from Old Town School. She was my first voice teacher there.
Thank you. And I think, as you said, from that last thing about going to the plasma clinic, I was like, well, I just want to be able to drink. Carry my precious with me. So, I just want to say like a little story before I introduce the next person. We recently went out for our first date that we ever met. We actually just said, hey, let's go out, and we were talking to people, and of course, what was on one of the TVs is something about the Republican debates and who the forerunner is, and I don't know. All I can think. I don't know if everybody else knows this or not, but like Santoro is so much in the lead. Oh. And if you ever read Dan Savage, they decided that they were going to pick a name for that mix of,
frothy mix.
That frothy mix, exactly. That pre-cum and anal leftover mix, and that would be what's called Santorum, and that's all I can think now. And that's become a term. And so it's like, and if you actually look up Santorum under last name, it'll go to Frothy Santorum or something. For the first thing. And so whenever I hear he's doing well, I put it on my Facebook page. I'm like, please help me go there and like this, because this is really funny to me. But anyway, when we were there, we were talking to people, and because this is Illinois, and Obama is, well, he's not from here, but he took all of his time here. Somebody said a story, and I might as well say the long story instead of reading my notes here from it, that a man was waiting to talk to, at the time, the Senator Obama, and he sat there and waited outside of his office for like hours, and he would never show up. And after hours went by, a door opens up from the inside and said, "Excuse me, are you waiting for Senator Obama?" And he said, "Yes, I am. Might he be around?" And he said, "Oh, I'm sorry. He won't be here for the day. He actually rides the subway all day, and he does all of his work off of his BlackBerry." And so this guy realized, oh, he does this regularly, so he can actually avoid having to deal with people when they'd actually want to see him in his office. And I'm like, this is fascinating, these little snippets that you hear from people when you hang out. That's what we get for going out for our anniversary, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I really love the fact that he is here, so please give it up for open micer Martin Altman. Martin, coming up here. I should say to everyone as well, eat the microphone. I mean, like, you see me, like, kind of, get right into it, because if you're back here, nobody's going to hear that, so. Well, I mean, it's the case with this, and that's what I have to say. And remember my breakfast, so eat that mic, thank you.
Hi, everybody.
Hi!
This is my latest poem. Let me explain 3 things about it first. The title is a line from Milton. In the first line, I use the word burthen, which is an archaic form of burden. And towards the end, I refer to Torquemada, who was the Grand Inquisitor during the Spanish Inquisition. I am plumbing my wings for a flight. Tongue bears the burthen of the sound as its articulation wavers in the air, nearly achieving a semblance, then dissolving into hysterical passivity, unable to crawl out from under its shedding skin to exhibit its inner form. Talk tongue about the world unseen, on the tip of the tongue and just beyond it. From the place most moist atop an interior half lit, you try to taste what you cannot see, and tell it so it can be seen. But securely anchored where breath meets voice, you have no wings to whisk you past the image. I am the muscle in your mouth, tongue said, curled or flat, jammed against the teeth or floating in the space, as a bird in flight and a dream of fluency crashes. Split down the middle, a red sea opens, bird drowns in a bloodbath. Torquemada turned tongue in. Torquemada turned tongue in tourniquet, so I would tell the truth most pleasing to his ears. And so your soul is saved, he said, though the body dies. But if you lie, you'll burn bituminous forever. What could I say but tongues will always talk some kind of nonsense? Then I turned tarantula and bit him with my greater venom, enchanted. The cremated and cremationists worship it, the glowing embers of friends and foes, consumed by a fire consuming itself. All of it is wonderment. Thank you.
Thank you. Why am I bringing this up with me? Because I'm not going to be drinking it while I'm sitting here talking. And now I have to actually, because I didn't bring the list with me, I have to remember who the next person should be on the list. But I wanted to say that I happened to hear something on a quote-unquote news station last night, which I thought was really, really funny. And it was about koala bears. I don't know if I heard this or heard this in the quote-unquote news last night, but koala bears are endangered. And I heard that the Chinese government approved giving koala bears Viagra. I mean, you have to get the right dosage, what? And then I heard they also were showing koala bears porn.
Wow.
So they have koala bear porn? This is what I'm like, what you have? I mean, like, they're not going to be showing human porn because there's only really small audience of the humans that want to see koala bear porn. I'm like, what's going on with that? I had to get these things, I'm like, what? This is, sorry, the odd things that you hear, you have to actually remember. I'm like, I have to write that down. Koala bear porn, what is that? But I would like, I've got somebody here that I'm real, if I wish I had like a new guy thing, because there are a couple of regulars that come here all the time, but I don't know how much I've heard from. Oh, and he gave me a little heart on his listing too. He's number 4 on my list. Give it up for Jason Page. Jason,
So what I'm going to do tonight is a little bit different than what I would propose to do, but it's going to involve the piano and it's going to involve scrying, and I can tell you a little bit more about that in private, and my response to it in music, and intuitive, in the moment, whatever comes out of my mouth. Is this hot?
I have no idea.
It sounds like it
Tap,
is.
tap, tap, yeah. Does it work?
So first note. My glasses off. Cells duplicating to the second power. With opposites. Not necessarily by physical form, but essence. Essence of the inward out. That which we call the soul. It's spinal cord for the spirit. Open up your inward essence. Thank you.
person. I'm like, should I do music or should I'm like, you should do whatever the hell you want because I love it. Like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's improvise stuff. And they're all chit-chatting over there, including the next person I was going to bring on up here. And he's all thinking about it. So that's how I'm going to catch him off guard. Ladies and gentlemen, I really want to hear from Sid Yiddish. Come on up here, Sid. Woo! I can't want to get here.
You never really catch me off guard. But, this is for the feature guy. It's called, look at the second one. It's called Fucking the Midget. That's what we were talking about. On the phone last night we were talking about dwarfs and stuff, so this is the first thing I could think of. I did it, I fucked the midget that had been causing me so much pain. She waddles, she cries, she takes it deep like hands reaching into the sky. Any guy is lucky to have her. She can gyre it on your finger. She's go-go, don't you know? She's a real swinger. And yet the sensation does linger like a stag bucking a doe. That charge is a rebel yell. Come on and give me what you got, baby girl. Give me love, give me more, more, more. I fucked her so hard and good. She'll have one hell of a time walking around the neighborhood. She's so small, so I wondered if they say that it's true. That fucking a midget is like fucking a baby, too. Well, this next,
It is.
I'll give you the same one. This next one, I'd like you to all rise. I'm performing the, I'd like to throat sing the national anthem.
Yay!
Woo!
Yeah! All right, here we go.
How sick can you see by the dawn's early light? What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight of the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave. Thank you. USSR. Play ball.
Thank you, Sid. Thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you all so much. I know it's the most excellent music in the background, Jason. That was so awesome hearing that. That was awesome.
The music was unique.
Yes, because it's like Well, I know
Well,
what
it
was going
sounded
on.
like, I'm going to was singing like Tom Waits for hell's sake.
That was awesome.
I loved it.
So, thank you very much. That was awesome. That's what I'm like, I just have to come up with something like, can somebody just play something? And it'll sound like however the hell. That would be awesome. That was absolutely awesome. Because he put his name at the end of my list, I'm not going to have him be at the absolute end because he was here way early. So I really want to hear what Patrick has to say. So Patrick Hurley, please come up here, Patrick. Yay! Wow, where'd you go? Oh, there he is. Come up here. And no, you don't have to throw it soon.
I wouldn't try it.
As much time as you'd like to. Go.
Thanks for the place to read, Janet.
Thanks for being here.
First, there's waking up. Realization of a new day, beauty or tragedy, not knowing. The sun is not shining yet. There is a bird on the ledge. First, there is coffee and more coffee with a chocolate chip scone. There's fog on the road this morning, more construction, always more construction. First, there is hearing sounds, indistinguishable sounds, then a brightness, then the outline of a face or shoulder or hip. It's raining on the road today. Windshield wipers are so inadequate. All is good if everyone keeps in their lane. Just keep in your lane until the rain subsides. First, there is a smile with sleepy eyes above hair shielding cheeks from sun. Then the sensation of touch, fingertips soft on warm skin. Then there is holding, tight enough to remain through the day. Then there are the cries of realization, weaning, anxiety. Letting go is part of love. First, there is coffee with a blueberry scone and stoplights, stop signs, brake lights, heavy traffic, rushing, always rushing. The rain has stopped. There is a mist on the highway this morning. Toll booths, correct change, exit ramps. First, there is the scent of hair, followed by the scent of skin. There are legs entwined, palm flat on the small of a back. There is pulling closer and pulling closer still. Readjusting bodies while readjusting lives. First, there is waking up. It has come to this, a change of seasons. It has wondering where the next. It has come to footfalls in unknown directions, this time when one must decide to decide. It has come to this day to day creeping petty pace of tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. Come to this, getting off the boat, going all the way, ready to face all the tigers in the jungle, to face the night's bitter cold, the day's vanquishing sun, ready to walk face exposed to the rain, accept moisture as a gift. It has come to this place where this voice within receives attention. It speaks now to come to where you've been, where you're going. It has come to this, a change of seasons. It is there, behind the skin, where I see you. Hidden within a smile, bright eyes, open arms. There, I cradle your existence. There, the sign reads, fragile, please use extreme caution. Behind the skin is where I mine your beauty, delicately holding precious jewels within the caverns of experience. It is there behind the skin where we, nude silhouettes, are pouring into each other, blending joy, caution, trepidation, gentleness, and respect into an ecstasy cocktail. It is there, behind the skin, where I enter your sepulcher. There in your catacombs is the womb of life, and we are reborn in it.
Hey, you know, I don't think that was loud enough. Give it up one more time for our newbies, like Patrick and Jason. Our beauties here. it up for some of our awesome regulars, Martin and yeah, shake it over here too and sit. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Double plus awesome. I'm going to call up one more who is not a regular, but he should because he's just that awesome. So please, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Paul Ryan. Paul, give it up here.
Bob. Hey, how are you? Good to see you, Congressman.
Congressman, good to see you.
Yes. Thank you. Just gotta get the skin of your check your peepings out. Escape shape of shadow like a river, like the mirror in the knife, like the fall of light over these homely things, the peak salience like the drawer pulled out. Its woody throat, a tympanum spread from the orders of the shadows. The room you're in, the crowded room you're alone in. The room where the ghosts stay until the ghosts stay until you rise and scatter them with music. Then a beat of ghosts, a horn of ghosts, a turn of ghosts, their ghastly faces, their toothless grins, their ghosties and slices, the spinning of the ghosts. Then the next to you and the next to you, music of the room, and the very best wallpaper, there's something there you cannot see. You cannot see until the silver mirror makes its shadow disappear. And then it's there like you are looking like it's looking at you. The silver tracery stem work, the leaf work, the faded flowers and the fading walls. It's the hornwork of the ghosts, the music of the room when you're not there. What?
Love the mic.
Get close. Okay, go.
Eat that microphone. Eat the mic.
Song of her accidents, and flesh a swell as tapped for oozed when punctured by a crazy bone, and flown, bespattered by your spawn, elucted, eluded, and crutted, gashed by spasms and non-burping fetid gases, your horrid perfumes, miasmic modal motes, antiphyses of your soul, new Pandora of the iPhone, iPod of your monsters, making toast for your moaning songs. These bags you fill with writhing things, I carry them on my back. I carry them to the river, and we release them on its banks. And we fill the empty bags with river, and then we carry them back. I bathe your body with river now, sweet mother of those monsters, and the river enters your gaps. The river flows full through you now, and our new ones end their thirst. The others are here. It's like the coda of the cricket song, the night when who knows when, some hand spreads 10 o'clock to 11, and midnight like trying to hold the note. The others are here. They fill the holes in the porous bones of the hours when there's a hole in the night that can't be filled. There's a night behind this night and another and another. The others are here. They fill the holes in the hours. Oh sleeper, the pirates are rowing to the shore to take you. Oh sleeper, the others are here to keep you. Oh sleeper, the hours they fill for you, a body that sleeps beside you, made of hours.
Woo! You're awesome. God, it's awesome to hear. Is there anybody else that has anything that's an open micro thing? I think I've got everybody. Oh, I'm gonna make me tall. What? Tall girl. I'm wearing red right now, and I have my little woman symbol on because, you know, yesterday was Valentine's Day. St. Valentine's Day, and I got to watch on TV all about the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. I love Chicago. Right? But as I had said, I just went out for the anniversary of the day I had met my now husband, and he was just starting to date me, but he had heard that I had just traveled around the country by car. And so he said, I think I'm going to get her for Valentine's Day. I'm going to get her a big-ass map of the United States, because she just traveled around the country. And so he goes to work, and he has this map, and somebody asked some coworkers, like, oh, I was going to get her a map for, and they're like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. She's not going to want that. She's going to want flowers and candy and all that gooey stuff. And he's like, well, I don't know, and I haven't known her that long, and this seems like a cool thing. And that map is actually framed in my office right now. It's this huge map. It's awesome. Well, because I was such a part of it, I'm like, that was so awesome, because flowers die. You know, you hear those crappy things or whatever. I thought that was awesome. And which absolutely has nothing to do with, but it's true. I mean, there's a commercial that's out now about get a big ass teddy bear because flowers die and chocolates. The girl will say she's fat, so get her a big ass teddy bear and it's nice and big, like you or whatever. References are sexually wrong, but
It's the Vermont Teddy Bear Company. I know I've seen that commercial where it's like flowers die and chocolate just doesn't last.
and they make fun of it on the soup, and I've seen it everywhere. And I'm like, oh, it's that commercial again. Get a big ass teddy bear. But I don't need a big ass teddy bear.
They
But,
carry disease.
well, it depends on how close you get to your bear. Well, because of what country they're made in? What?
No, it's just that over the years they carry disease.
Okay, I was going to say, if it's a Vermont teddy bear, I'd really hope that it wasn't made on the other side of the planet.
Doesn't matter.
I never close any of
But if you're just humping it for too long, it's going to get dirty over
They
time.
become a home for
Exactly.
dust mites and other bugs.
Yeah, but it also becomes play toys for animals too. So.
Right, you see those in thrift stores and stuff like that, you know, you think about it that way.
Yeah, but people still
No.
buy them, Sid.
I know.
Well, you know,
It's like 60
they work within their
dirt on
means.
one teddy bear.
Okay, I have nothing about a teddy bear here, but I have only one poem that was about the 14th, about yesterday. So I figured I'd read that to close this thing off, and then we will have a brief 5-minute break before our phenomenal feature, which I will talk greatly about when this is done. I also want to let people know that normally this place is recording people for an open mic. Is everybody, and I will check with everybody individually, are they okay with potentially, if we do it, I don't know if we are, if it will be up on for a YouTube for a podcast for the open mics or anything like that. I will check to make sure. If anybody has an issue, let me know, or whatever. But yeah, broadcast me, blah, blah, blah. This is a poem I wrote forever ago, but it always holds true. This is called The 14th. Grade school, lace and construction paper cutouts, mimicking our hearts with school glue, a 64 pack of crayons, a doily, perhaps, and a child's scribblings. Be my Valentine. The beginning of every cold February, the classes of children are always taught to make enough little hearts for everyone, so that no one may be disappointed, so that everyone can be your Valentine. Nonetheless, one little child's construction paper mailbox come February 14th always had less than everyone else's. And then it gets easier as the years go on. Mommies buy little packs of Valentine cards for their children to sign and give away to all the other little children at school. Saves them from having to make all those cards. The glue and the glitter and the cutouts are messy. Every 14th, second month, when I was little, I remember Daddy bringing heart-shaped boxes home for all the girls. Myself, my sister, my mother. And I can remember Mother now, her candy box on her ironing board, thanking him once again for the lovely gift. And so it goes. And the card shops get fuller this time every year. Husbands saying, my wife will kill me if I don't get her a card. Or a young one complaining, my boss will kill me if I don't get a card for his wife. And the flowers seem the same, don't they? Carnations arranged in a big ball atop a little basket. Red, yellow, pink, white, lovely. All the adornments of the holiday don't stop short of the best. A girlfriend said to me once, she was sure boyfriends would break up with you by the beginning of February so they don't have to buy you anything. So they don't have to say they love you. Last year, I spent Valentine's Day taking those chalky hearts with messages on them and scribbling my own on the back. Screw you. Go away. Leave me alone. I never liked those chalky hearts anyway. And at the Valentine's party, where all the single people are thinking, please give me someone to go home with. Don't let me be alone tonight. and the women getting lonely, and the married couples arguing, and the suicide rate going up. And the woman looking at the carnations on her dining room table, holding the card in her hand that says, "Love, Jake," and wondering why she doesn't feel better yet. Thanks. My thoughts on Valentine's Day. Thank you very much. Now we're going to have like a 5-minute break, and then we're going to do the proper introductions for our phenomenal, never-before crazy ass. I'm so looking forward to this speech from Jason Cavelli, and we'll come back with the rest in 5 minutes. And thank you.